Beyond our borders now, and in just a matter of hours, Americans will be heading to the ballot to elect a new president. Republican candidate Donald Trump and the Democrats Kamala Harris are making their final pitches with focus on battleground states that could tilt the vote. Harris and Trump hold different policies on major issues including support for Ukraine and NATO, abortion rights, immigration, and the economy.
In Salem, Virginia, a state where political analysts say he faces an uphill battle, former president and Republican candidate Donald Trump rallied supporters on Saturday.
I have to have a bad hair day in front of Virginia?
Trump telling the crowd he ran for the office to save the American economy from what he calls obliteration.
I stand before you today as the only candidate who can rescue our economy, and I mean from obliteration, and restore it to strength, prosperity, and greatness again. I will.
Trump was joined by members of a local college swim team who have expressed concerns about competing against transgender athletes. Trump has used transgender issues prominently in his campaign ads as he seeks to capitalize on cultural debates among voters.
And we will, of course, keep men out of women's sports, I promise. Last year, the radical left's gender insanity arrived right here in Salem when a man was allowed to transfer onto the Roanoke College women's swim team. And I just met them backstage, the great swimmers. I didn't notice a male on that particular team.
Meanwhile, Democratic candidate Kamala Harris took to the stage in North Carolina with a very different message. Speaking to an enthusiastic crowd, Harris emphasized unity and contrasted herself with Trump.
I'd imagine the Oval Office, and if he is elected, Donald Trump on day one would be sitting in that office stewing over his enemies list. When I am elected, I will walk in on your behalf working on my to-do list.
Harris also promised to lower the cost of living for the U.S. citizens and repeating her pledge to be a president for all.
That will be my focus every single day as president. I will give a middle-class tax cut to over 100 million Americans. I will enact the first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging on groceries. Fight to make sure that hardworking Americans can actually afford a place to live.
With only 2 days left until Election Day and with close to 70 million having cast their ballot in early voting, both candidates are focusing on key battleground states. Zachary Nyakweba, NTV.